I know that all I know is that it's been very interesting because one of the arguments for doing it was that you get a chance to introduce yourself to a whole audience that you don't have. It's a brand new audience. And actually it was very funny when they announced I was in it, I think when they put out the first trailer, all these people on Twitter were like, who is Kevin Spacey and why is he in Call of Duty? So there is a whole large contingent of people who don't necessarily know my work from film or television or the theater, but might discover it here. So it is interesting to be introduced to a segment of the audience in society that doesn't know me. Well, it's unlike anything I've ever done. Normally you go through makeup and hair and you get into a costume and you come onto a set that exists, that they've either built or you're renting, and you're going to shoot your scenes there. But in this case, you're in an empty soundstage. They put you in a sort of a black, it's just like a black, I don't even know what to call it. It's like some of it's velvet and you stick things on it, and then they put lots of dots all over your face. They have previously captured you doing a multiple series of facial expressions that they capture with about 56 cameras. And then there is a helmet you're wearing with a camera on the end of it, so that's capturing your face. And there were times when I would be instructed that I had to stand on this box and hold this pole that they had put there, and then walk down and sit on that chair. And when I looked over at the monitor of what they had already rendered, they would then render it even more and then render me into this space that I was looking at on a monitor. I was standing in a helicopter with my hand on the sort of bar of the helicopter. I walked down and got into a Jeep and drove off. And I was looking at it going, this is kind of remarkable. And then you look at the final product and the final image, and it is quite extraordinary. I'm wearing a whole suit. I look all made up, and so it's a very interesting. The possibilities for storytelling are pretty exciting in terms of the technology. Well, one of the things that I've always tried to do and that I love doing is to do things I haven't done. Is to step down a road that is unfamiliar. I've never been one of those people who sort of always walked the straight and narrow, did the safe things. I've always sort of been interested in a little bit of disruption, a little bit of chaos, and it seems that my industry is going through lots of turmoil, and some of it's very exciting and very, I think, brilliant in terms of where things are heading and where things are leading. So when I looked at the gaming industry and I looked at this probably not too far in the future, I think they're going to get into filmmaking. I'm one of those actors who I tend to try to avoid ad-libbing. I think ad-libbing can be wonderful if you're doing a comedy and you can find ways in which to enhance an idea or a joke. But I'm a big believer that my job as an actor is to serve the writing. And so what I tried to do in this instance was to help the writing as much as I could, because they've never gone down this road of writing a real drama and really focusing on a character and developing a character. That for me the process was so much about wanting that to feel authentic, and to help them along in terms of what was for them a brand new arena in which to work in. So it was really a very unusual experience in that normally if you accept a television show or a movie or a play, you have a full script, you know exactly what you're going to be doing. In this case, it really was, here's an idea of what we think we want this character to be like, and here's some things we've written, what do you think, and where should we go? So it really was quite often, and I'd have to say it's probably one of the first times in my experience as an actor that I've accepted something without actually knowing what it was going to be. There's a kind of leap of faith that you have to make, and so I was perfectly willing to do that, looking at the incredible progress that the gaming industry has made, that Activision has made, and particularly in this Call of Duty series, that it was a relatively easy leap to make.